Hello, everyone. Today's going to be an update. Like I said in my last video, if any updates came about for the last Ross Draws controversy that's happened in the allegations, I would bring it up and talk about it, especially if it was something pertaining to the stuff I talked about in the last video here. The thumbnail's going to be the same as this. It's just going to be an update. But he did come out with his perspective and his point of view, and I think we should talk about it real quick. It shouldn't be as long, but let's see what happens. All right. So, addressing the concerns about my use of AI. Cool. Um, Actually, I think this one I'll be able to read the whole thing because it's not super long, but this is from his Twitter, so I got it from directly his Twitter and how his perspective was. So this came out actually a couple days after my last video. I didn't post about it because I already had a video scheduled and I didn't want to mess with my schedule and everything. But we're going to be quickly talking about this. And right now, my face is washed out because I didn't have anything set up. But let's get into it. So, hello, I wanted to. This is from his perspective again. So, hello, I wanted to take a moment to appreciate those who supported me through the years. The past few weeks have been incredibly challenging, but it's also reminded me of the kindness and encouragement so many of you have shown. I am truly grateful for this community and conversations we've shared. Recently, there have been a lot of discussions about my work, particularly regarding AI and my artistic process. I want to take a moment to address these concerns directly. I take my integrity as an artist seriously and I understand why this issue matters. I want to clarify my stance, provide transparency, and address what's necessary. First off, just to begin with, this is awesome. He's taking the time to actually talk about it. He's seen a lot of concerns. It might be because of all the backlash. It could be because of all the people saying, "Hey, do better," like myself. Who knows? We'll see what he says. So I did bring up about this video that he's going to talk about. In 2022, I made a video expressing my curiosity about AI as a creative tool. At the time, I saw it as an interesting and fun experimental resource, something many artists were exploring as it emerged. However, as the conversation around AI evolved, so did my understanding of its impact on the art community. And that is part of the aspect that a lot of artists did, myself including. I tested it out. I didn't like it. It didn't do what I wanted it to do, and I felt like it was inaccurate, errors, and it still is. And I felt once I found out that it was theft, I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. So it's crazy. At my core, I love experimenting with different ways to create, whether it was blending art with video to launch my YouTube channel or turning food and people into paintings. Curiosity has always been a driving force in my work, but I acknowledge that I failed to properly educate myself on how AI's role in art has changed, and for that I take full responsibility. When I slowly returned to social media in 2024, which was late last year, I think, that creative curiosity remained, but I should have taken more time to catch up on the evolving conversation around it. Out of the 600 plus published pieces of art I've created over the past 16 years, five had some influence. I recognize that I should have been more thoughtful and aware of broader conversation around the subject. He took his time away from social media. He didn't bring it up, but I think obviously the process of being an influencer messed with him a little bit, and that could have taken his time away from social media instead. Because I know that in 2022 he made videos. I don't think in 2023, so it's about a year that he had off, and information since then was prevalent. But I'm glad that he's being transparent about this, about how five images that he's made were generative. And I personally would have liked to know which ones so that it could be aware of which ones not to support of his work. That's my opinion on the matter. Now for the next part, which we discussed in the last video. For my most recent book project, I briefly explored AI in the early concept phase, but I made the clear decision to remove it to ensure the final work is entirely my work. This book is reflection of my artistic vision, and I want to reassure you there is no AI in it. I'm going to read the next paragraph just to bring my thoughts a little bit more. That said, I've had important conversations with friends and peers who have helped me better understand the impact of AI can have on artists. I take full responsibility for my missteps and recognize that I need to do better in educating myself, especially since so much has changed since my return to social media. I now understand that AI possesses a real threat to job security and livelihood of my peers. Okay, so with the fourth paragraph, I don't know how I feel about using it and then taking it out, because that doesn't mean it wasn't part of the process. That doesn't mean he didn't have it as a tracing ability or reference. So I would like clarification on that, or at least a video to show how he used it, so that it's not directly that. But let's continue. I do think that there is a lot of conversations happening, and I'm glad he's taking input. I am really happy he's taking input. To my longtime fans, I'm truly sorry for letting you down. To the art community, I sincerely apologize, and I am committed to staying informed and doing better moving forward. I'm going to finish the last stuff together, but the apology, I am all for forgiving people when they give sincere apologies. I also think that sincere apologies come from people that will show action with their apologies, not just saying it with their words, but actually taking action and making a difference in their life. So, as of right now, we'll see if it keeps going. It was an empty apology. If it was an actual sincere apology, he would take his chances and do the change and do better, like I asked. And I'm all for that. I want him to do better. Yes, he's an influencer artist, as I am trying to be as well, but he's still a decent person to begin with. I mean, there might be some situations with the work and business side, but we'll see. Now, for his community, to my community, you've shown me so much love and support over the years, and I don't take that for granted. Meeting and connecting with you, so many of you, has been one of the greatest joys of my journey, and I'm incredibly grateful to you. Navigating the balance between Ross Strauss and Ross Tran hasn't always been easy, and I know I haven't always gotten everything right. If I've let you down, I sincerely apologize. I am committed to creating work that fully reflects the values I care about: honesty, passion, artistic integrity. Thank you for taking the time to read this and for being on this journey with me. I truly appreciate it. With gratitude, Ross. Like I said, apologies always are never taken for granted unless you fall back. Fixing his artistic integrity is going to be the biggest part of this. But other than that, I think that this is a good step forward. Obviously, this is not an apology video for Ross. And, I mean, what YouTuber hasn't done an apology video yet? Or any big YouTuber? I have yet to do one, but that's probably going to be in the works once I get big enough. But I do think that this is a conversation that it's good that he's going on and he is apologizing for. With the business side, again, I don't that's between the contractee and the contractor, or the business and the employee. So I'm not gonna go through on that. But I think him apologizing for using generative models is an accurate statement for him. And obviously, there's gonna be stipulations. Do better. That's the thing. But as someone who is going for a art influencer and real artistic job, having the difference between your art and you is a huge step, and that can be a difficult one to process. But other than that, I think this is a good step forward for him. Again, this was just an update. I said I would do an update if any news came out. Here's the update. I'm not going to go too in depth about it, but I do think he is trying to apologize, especially since he did it in the same format that the first document was in. So we'll see. Um, Ross, I would love to talk to you a little bit more. Maybe we can go talk about your process and stuff, your newer process with everything. And yeah, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments what you guys think of this whole situation. And thanks for watching.